Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be checking out Ultimate Invasion Issue 3 by Jonathan Hickman and Brian Hitch. This is the penultimate issue of Hickman's revival of the Ultimate Universe. And we pick up with the big revelations of the last issue as we see what happened to Howard Stark when he was trapped in Latveria with the Maker for 2 days after the multiversal future Avengers attacked them. Because of this, the issue is really dialogue heavy as Howard finds himself in a big meeting of all of Earth 6160's smartest and most powerful beings. Hickman uses this opportunity to explore the new world Maker has been creating for himself and introduces us to several leaders of the world like Sunfire, the Sun Emperor, Silver Samurai, Viper, Ra, Khonshu, all these really great characters. And it's always fun seeing familiar characters, the characters you know, put in an alternate universe and have alternate lives and everything. It's just really fun, and the Maker being responsible for all of them being in power is really cool, since as we learned from that second issue, we learned he tried to make things manageable for him on this world. So he's put all of these particular people on this Earth in charge because he knows he can control them very easily, and giving them a little bit of power makes them subservient to him. Maker, as revealed last issue, was the one who orchestrated the future Avenger attack, and here his plan begins to pay off as getting the leaders together is forcing them to try and work together to find and fight back against the multiversal Avengers and other threats, effectively giving Maker a sort of autonomous protective shell around this new world of his, with none of the heroes having any idea that they are his puppets. It's a lot of fun knowing that and seeing these people trying to work together and trying to figure out what to do, since we of course know what the hell is going to happen with this world and what will eventually happen to this world, and them just trying to save their lives before the Maker screws everything up again. Stark also being the outlier and the one who's new to these meetings, since it's revealed that Obadiah Stane would be the one who would come to these secret meetings and not really tell Tony about them, is really cool, since he doesn't get how it all works, and there isn't just one enemy or bad guy that they have to fight. I like that he immediately thinks the Rasputins are the bad guys because they're the ones who have caused some trouble for him recently, so he immediately thinks, oh, maybe they are behind it. And I like that the others are quick to say, well, they're the bad guys now, but eventually we'll all play that role. And I think that's an absolute genius way to sort of have a little bit of a meta commentary about comic books in general, about how for one event you'll have like a hero or a villain come in and they'll be, you know, the antagonist, and then in a couple of years they'll be leading an event as a protagonist or a hero, and it's just big cycles throughout comic books. And I like that that's getting referenced here, whereas every now and then the status quo shifts and changes. Things try to make a through line and try to stick around for quite a while, but sometimes it doesn't always work out and they get thrown to the side and a new villain or a new hero comes up. It's always been the same in comics, and it's really surprising as well, just on a reviewer level, how many people don't actually realize that. I picked up on that very quickly, but some people haven't still picked up on that comic books are a cycle, and what was new 10 years ago will be new again in 10 years, and so on and so forth. What's new now will soon fade away to something else new, and it'll be back again soon. It's a big cycle, and I have no doubt it'll tie into what we know about the forthcoming other Hickman stuff that he's doing with Gods, which we've been getting teased relentlessly through the X-Men and other books, as well as possibly more Ultimate books coming out very soon, and I imagine this is going to spawn from this and whatever happens. But I am very surprised that this is only 4 issues though, since it really felt this issue was sort of like the start, more or less. We've gotten a little bit of the backstory out of the way, and now we're fully into the story. We're fully pushed into this world, and we're getting to explore a little bit of it. So for it to be concluding next issue is both a little bit worrying, but also I'm intrigued to see what Hickman is exactly going to do with the story going from here, since it obviously won't just end and that'll be like the end cutoff point. There'll be more, and we of course know there will be more, so I'm intrigued to see where he's going to cap the story off here. So Howard, now under the pressure of the Maker, decides to team up with him and work with him, and we learn that he's going to obviously be working on the Immortus engine, which Maker believes that he created at some point, and he actually ends up getting to work with this world's Reed Richards, who has become very much like Doctor Doom, complete with a scarred face and a Doctor Doom mask. I really love that the Maker got back at Reed via by this world's read. He really took what the Earth 616 read said to him about being erased from existence to heart, and I like that he's made this read sort of like his pet. This read is only in one page, and it really feels like he is just a groveling servant to the Maker in this world, despite the Maker saying, oh, he's the smartest man on this world, and I believe him. But I can feel that he's just keeping his grip on this read so tight that Reed can't do anything, and I'm intrigued to see what his role will be in the next issue. Hickman, of course, is sure to end the penultimate issue with a really big swing, revealing the multiversal future Avengers we saw last issue are being sent by a version of Kang, who wears an Iron Man armor. And if I'm a betting man, and I'm willing to put good money on this, that this was actually going to be Earth 6160 Tony Stark, just for the sole reason of Tony's role in this issue, which is him confronting his father on what happened in Latveria, and then learning about the Maker and his plan, and then trying to push his father to resist and fight against the Maker and fight against the status quo, more or less, which is a totally Tony Stark thing to do. So I would bet that this Tony somehow managed to find time travel. Maybe he is the one who invented the Immortus engine, and he used it to become Kang and become this world's Kang to send Avengers back in time to stop the Maker and to stop the Maker from taking his father away from him. It would be totally on point for Hickman to do something like that, especially since it keeps Howard and the Starks all the center of the story, which he's done through this story as well as in other stories like his Shield series. So I wouldn't put him past him to do that, to keep Starks right at the center of everything. Ultimate Invasion issue 3 was a damn fine issue. I loved that it dives straight into this new world that the Maker is creating and got into the politics of it all, and then also got a little bit meta with how everything is a cycle and how the enemy of last week could be the hero of this week, and so on and so forth. It's such an interesting concept to explore, and Hickman explores it really well and lays it out really well as well. Usually he's kind of cryptic on things like that, but he did a great job this issue laying everything down and how this world works and how comics really work on a meta level, and I really appreciate that. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10, so check it out. And if you haven't, check out the other 2 issues as well, since next issue is going to be the final issue, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where the Ultimate Universe, or the new Ultimate Universe of Earth 6160 goes from here.